purpose, bro.
Your channels are connected.
I be trying to drive you out, though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I be trying to get
know.
advantage.
You told me the truth. Look, he told me the truth, but now he gonna lie again.
I be trying to get an unfair advantage, man. Nah, I'm playing. I don't never do you like that, bro. Go ahead.
You on our home field now, nigga. It's up.
I know,
Let's do
man.
it.
Dirty ass nigga.
So, all right. So let's start, man. We're gonna start from the top because we're just gonna talk about the three guys that we know for certain have in-person interviews now. We're gonna start with the greatest of all evils. We're gonna start with Jonathan Gannon. If the Dallas Cowboys fuck up and they get Jonathan Gannon to be their defensive coordinator, how do we make that stupid shit smart? How do we dummy-proof having Jonathan Gannon as our defensive coordinator? Now,
let me take a swing at it real quick.
Go ahead.
I think the best form of action after that terrible tragedy happens with us just giving him the job. I think his position group coach is gonna have to be elite. His position group coach is gonna have to be elite, and I would hate. It's gonna be kind of hard to dodge him calling the defense though. That's the only problem. So maybe we're gonna have to have, like we said, of course we know we're gonna have to build a dope roster. Like we're gonna have to hit on all our draft picks, everything defensively. It's gonna have to work like a charm. It's gonna have to hit the ground running. So after that, we're gonna have to make sure that, that's the only thing that could kind of cover him calling plays. Like maybe if we have a dope enough personnel group, he wouldn't have to do nothing exotic or nothing crazy. Like kind of like the Texans, just stay in place and just do your job. You know what I'm saying? Just be gangster. So we won't have to rely on him calling good or bad plays to be successful. But for one, like I said, we need some of the best position group coaches in football to be able to overcome somebody like him.
Right. And I think the other part, because I agree with you, you're gonna have some gangsters at the position coaching spots, but you're gonna also have a gangster ass front. If he's just gonna drop 7 niggas in the coverage every single time, if he's not gonna blitz, if he ain't gonna change who he is from a philosophical standpoint, you're gonna need gangsters. Like when people talk about the Texans, you got to remember who they have up front. Will Anderson is one of the best young pass rushers in the league. Like he's one of them. He's been a double-digit sack guy the last 2-3 years.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, roll. This is one time I get that to you. Roll Tide. Roll Tide on this one.
Never saying
that. He like that. So salute to Will. Another guy that they got is the Neil Hunter. Folks don't even talk about the Neil Hunter, and he's one of the only niggas in the 100 sack club. He is that underrated as a player. The Neil Hunter is like that. So they got 2 double-digit sack guys, and then they still got Sheldon Rankin in there in the middle. So
I think he's one of them players that ain't with the fluff though. Like I can tell by his demeanor, he ain't trying to be noticed. He just want to play football, and I love it.
Talk to Neil.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I like the Neil. I like Sheldon Rankin, too. Former first-round pick. He was in Dak Prescott class, him and Zeke.
He cool with Will Anderson being a star. And Will is a star. Like, you can just listen to him talk. You know he's just a special dude.
Mm-hmm. And then when you look around at the other players, they got Derek Stingley, who I know you loved, Landlord. He out there on the island locking people down.
Absolutely. That was one of my guys.
Mm-hmm. Kamari Lassiter out there, bitch, locking shit down out of Georgia. There's some damn good, talent over there. They got a great linebacker. I forget. I be messing his name up. Aziz, how you say that boy name? Like here, I want him.
Ojulari or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But point being, like they got good players everywhere. If we want to be like the Texans or we want to be like the Browns, we have to improve our personnel. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit, especially the front four. Like I said, you're probably gonna have to move Osa and the 12th overall pick for Max Crosby or some shit. That's the only way you're gonna get away with playing this much zone and blitzing this little, and having a successful defense. You got to get home with 4, and I don't know. Even with Quentin Williams on your team, I don't know if you're currently set up to do that shit right now.
If you which direction would you go? Like, and we doing all this under the preconceived notion that Gannon is the coach.
Correct.
Okay, if you had an option to choose Caleb Downs and Bailey, you had to choose between them two. Or Bang, the pass rusher of your choice. Which direction would you go in this scenario?
I'd have to get David Bailey because the shit he do ain't gonna work without him.
And look, I'm saying we already traded for Max too. I want a duo though. Like, if we got to do Gannon and he's not finna blitz nobody, okay, I'm trying to assemble the dopest line I can.
And yeah, like we gotta put the Avengers on the defensive line of this nigga RDC.
Yep,
That's basically how you gonna have to do it.
that's how you gotta do it.
So you will have to drop them over Caleb Downs and just coach up your secondary some kind of way. Get Brain, go trade and get Minka in here in the safety room and coach your corners up.
It's the only thing you can do. I got one for y'all. I got one.
I ain't get mine yet.
Go ahead.
I think we gotta pressure. It's gonna have to be that pressure we did with Matt Eberflus. We gotta have off-season pressure before the season start, calling out this heavy zone, right? And we gotta also, if they get Gannon, we gotta start pivoting our content to the best corner coaches available. You gotta get the corner coaches, to your point, because see, before I turned on my channel, we already had this conversation, but we gonna be able to kind of go deep into it now because we were saying that if you go have Gannon, you got to try to you got to reshape him into the Texans. You got to reshape him into the Browns. So they static, right? All three static, but you have zone rates higher with Gannon than you have with the Texans and the Browns. So we got to then pressure for the man, but then you got to have the talent. So that means we also got to then pressure for quality man corners out the draft and free agency. That means we got to go heavy content and heavy pressure on guys that can come in here and actually play, man. You know what I mean? Because then if we're able to do that, we've changed Gannon to where he was heavy zone to now we gave you the tools and the coaches to man these guys up.
I agree with you on that. Now, when I said I was lying, I said I was just gonna look at the guys, that are getting in person interviews. It's moving so fast. There might be more on here beforehand.
Damn, it's dropping like that.
Like Christian Parker got announced when we was on here. Remember?
I didn't even hear that also. Okay.
Yeah, so Christian Parker, the Eagles secondary coach, got announced. So I'm going to start with the elephant in the room because the Dallas Cowboys have a track record of elevating guys that are currently on the roster, on the coaching staff, into bigger positions. They did it with Jason Garrett. He went from a backup quarterback, to a quarterback's coach, to an offensive coordinator, to interim head coach, to a head coach, right? It was more egregious with Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore went from a quarterback to a quarterback's coach to an offensive coordinator in the span of 3 years. Brian Schottenheimer came through the door, was an offensive analysis, became the offensive coordinator for 2 years, and now he's the head coach. With the way that they are talking and the way that they like him, what would happen if Aaron Whitecotton ended up becoming the Dallas Cowboy defensive coordinator? How do you make that stupid decision smart?
You definitely got to help his back end. You have to concentrate on bringing in a guy that's going to be able to do what he's never done. He's never been known as a back end guy. He's never done a back end job ever. So that job will be foreign to him. So, and I don't really, I don't trust big boys to pick little guys.
That's fair.
I don't, bro. Yo, white cotton bear built ass try to tell a corner. Nah, bro, I don't trust you. So you have to go ahead. You got to bring in a Chris Richard to help him. Another thing you gotta do, you have to bring him in a defensive end coach. You have to because his front five, I give him credit for it, schematically and everything, even before quitting. Even before quitting. And the reason being because he started coming up with solutions with the 5-man front before the trade of Quentin Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So you start seeing improvement in stopping the run. Big improvements before Quentin Williams. So he got some schematic stuff up front that worked in terms of the 3 techs and the 1 techs. But how the edges just collapsed under him, you either need a new coach or you need a whole new philosophy. What I fear is that the philosophy of being a bull rush at all costs, stop the run first and then pressure second, hopefully that didn't come from him. Because if that came from him, it almost will be a waste to draft an edge because they're not going to be used right.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so you have to bring in an edge guy, in my opinion, if you go, because I think it could work with actual Whitecotton. Because just like we saw the Giants turn around when they gave their interim head DC a chance. We just never saw him get a chance. You know what I mean? We don't really know what his real vision is because Dallas dumbass stuck up with Eberflus all the way to the end. Versus the Giants, they ripped the Band-Aid off and said, you done, bro. And they wasn't even as bad as I did.
Nowhere close. Nowhere close. Land, what you think?
It reminds me of that election moment with Kamala and Biden. You know what I'm saying? That, like, they the same. They under the same party. So I would have to ask that pivotal question that kind of shifted for Kamala. What would you do differently, Mr. Whitecotton? What would you do differently? And if I don't like the answer, you know what I'm saying? That we're gonna be in trouble because I just want to know exactly what would he bring to the table that we didn't see out of him. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
I want to know because I'm telling you, that was a big part of her quest to be the president. When they asked that, she didn't want to throw Biden under the table, so it was kind of a muddy situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was like, you know. But he gonna have to just go ahead and, separate himself from Flus. Because that would have been the first question I would have asked him as soon as he sat down. What are you bringing to the table that's different or better than Eberflus?
I'm playing man. I'm playing to the strengths of my players over my scheme. It's players over scheme. Where in my philosophy, we're going to blitz and get pressure. I like grits.
One thing I can say, I feel like he might elevate the way Quinn was playing because he knows exactly how to use them.
Right.
Now he might be able to elevate the D line. I believe that's possible. I don't know, but he was 100% focused on the D line and it didn't really elevate. So I don't know, but it was for a half a season. What you think about that?
I think that he is good at helping defensive tackles, and his edge rushers are going to suffer. So, like Boss said, you're going to need a pass rush specialist. You're going to need somebody in here to help the pass rushers. Because you're not going to just tell me that Dante Fowler forgot how to rush the passer. You're not going to tell me that Easy E forgot all the moves and counters and shit that he built up over the years in college. You're not going to tell me that. I refuse to believe it. So he's going to have to get his shit cleaned up. What a scream.
With Easy, it screams a conservative coach. Cause they probably told him don't be trying all that college stuff. This gonna happen to you. This gonna happen to you. Because bro, we know where the skill set look like. We know what the tool bag look like. He had one, and it looked like he was scared to use it. So that come from conservative coaching right there.
It sounds like Eberflus.
Hell yeah. And hey, salute to 864 Cowboys fan. He said label him the DC for that post. Because remember, he's going to be the defensive coordinator for the Shrine Bowl. He said that's Jerry sticking his toe in the water to see how it feels.
Oh, Jerry, fuck you, man.
Fuck you, Jerry. Hey, salute to Angie, too. She said, hey, Balls, Henny, Land, and Chat. Salute to Angie in the building, man. Thank you for
happening?
Now you want to give them a chance with kids.
Yeah, that's stupid. Listen, you should have fired, if anything, you should have at least fired Eberflus the final 2 games of the season.
Right.
And see how his defense played against the NFC East since you're going to play the motherfucker 6 times a year.
You want to know something what's alarming too about this?
What's that?
If y'all willing to do that, how much stock is you putting into this? Like,
Into
is
what?
this gonna trump anything else you saw?
It
Like, I'm
should.
talking about like how good or bad he do with these kids.
Hell no.
That's a terrible way to evaluate this. I'm talking about them.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Nah, they shouldn't. If they're smart and reasonable people, they shouldn't. But we know that they're not smart and we know they're not reasonable. I'd be lying to say if I didn't think they were smart. You don't make billions and billions of dollars if you're not business savvy. You know what I'm saying? Like your intelligence is in a different area.
Right.
But they do horrible football. They make horrible football decisions. All right, so let's do the next
You got
one.
some people might be a genius in mouth and terrible at science. So,
Exactly. So yes. So I'm not just gonna say you're stupid, but your football acumen might be lacking. That's the way to put it. Your football acumen might be lacking. So let's
Steven play? Steven played too?
Yeah. Tight end.
Who he played for?
Arkansas.
Arkansas post poison in the world.
boy,
Yeah,
don't
well,
do
he
that.
didn't win no Super Bowl.
That's
did
why I
he?
don't
Well,
like
he-
safeties.
Huh?
That's why I don't like safeties.
Why?
Oh, he played safety.
No, Steven played tight end.
You
That's
said
why
that?
he don't like safeties.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because that's who deal tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that and see, you got Steven on unathletic ass out there playing tight end. You got this old Mandingo safety out there every day.
When niggas say it's crazy. I thought I was
Look.
crazy calling niggas spear chucker. Man.
That's crazy right there.
Hey, so he got a personal vendetta on safeties, bro. I swear he don't like those damn safeties, bro.
He had his girl at the game and the safety knocked his top off. He knocked his top off.
Boom! Hit the nigga with a hit stick.
I said, one of them safeties done knocked his chick out, bro.
Right in front of his girl. That's crazy. It's crazy. That's most supervillains' origin story. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit. So, hey, Christian Parker. So, Christian Parker will be brought in for an in-person interview. This is the guy that molded, Pat Surtain. He had Pat Surtain when he was a rookie, helped him become the All-Pro at the NFL level. He had Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean both these years. They've both become All-Pro corners this year, right? So, if he was to get the job, and he's young, he's been coaching, but this is the beautiful thing. He's super young, but he's been coaching since he was 22. So he still got 14 years of experience coaching. So what would you do to help Christian Parker if he got the job? I think I know. I'm going to give you mine first.
Ooh, you go first, because I got to think about that.
Me too.
You need experience and veterans at all of his staff. You know what I'm saying? If he never had experience, calling plays, you might need some big brothers around him to guide him down this path. Like, it would make perfect sense if Christian Parker came in here and you had a nigga like Zach Orr as a linebacker coach. Or if you brought him in, to be the defensive coordinator, and somehow you were able to swindle and get, Daronte Jones to stay in a different capacity. Maybe you made Daronte Jones the assistant head coach or a defensive analyst or some shit to give him a pay raise. You'll need to surround him with guys that done called plays before. He's great at developing corners. He's great at developing secondary. He ain't called plays ever, I don't believe, in his life. I don't think he has any defensive coordinator experience.
Yeah.
See that? So I probably wouldn't want him then if he can't call plays.
Well,
I don't know
he
about
hasn't called plays. There's a difference between practicing doing it, having a plan. Knowing what you want to do from being around somebody. Because, listen, he's been under a long-term tutelage with Vic Fangio. Like, he's been with Vic for 5 years. If he don't know how to call plays by now, he ain't never going to. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not saying that he don't know how. He just hasn't had the opportunity to do so.
He's not proven in that category.
Correct.
I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot, but like you said, we need some reassurance. He need a solid support system in place, because like I said, bro, we don't have a lot of room for error, man. That's just the reality of the situation. If he get in there and he overwhelmed, we that could be the end of our season. Like, we could be screwed. So we definitely need some ex-head coaches or some assistants and some you know how they just have somebody there for the just giving you ideas, what they call it? Um associates and shit. Like they just in place. You know what I'm saying? They're just there for support. Like you can ask some shit. Uh we might need some of them people like that that's just on the staff for support.
Real shit. I agree. Like that's my entire thing. Get you some folks that used to be DCs or former head coach and everything else. Put them on the staff and help guide this young man. You know what I'm saying? Quality control. Like you QC a
Right.
nigga.
And one thing, I'm gonna say this real quick, and I'm gonna let y'all have it. I remember I think somebody say, if they have a successful season here, yeah, consultants. That's the word I was looking for. If they have a successful season here, they just gone. Nah, that sounds right, but Jared proved that he can kind of hold it out for a minute. He can stall Debo out. Because guess what? He did it with Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn became one of the hottest candidates in the league. And y'all remember this. We just knew for a fact Dan was gone. And like in a couple of them seasons, we was already coming into it like, yeah, Dan gonna be gone. We're gonna have to do this, we're gonna have to do that. And Jared was able to retain Dan Quinn. So hey, what y'all think about that? Just because they have a successful season, if Jared wants you and he like you, you can do it the hard way or the easy way. Like it's gonna happen for him.
My daddy said we screw anyway, Lynn.
That could be quite possible, Mr. Ace. That could be possible.
Oh man.
We need some hope though. We can't give up though. We can't give up.
Nah, we gotta keep the faith. Boss, how are you gonna make it work with Christian Parker as the DC?
I'm glad you gave me a chance to think about it because I finally was, as y'all was talking, start coming up with some things. I would do the reverse of what I would do with Whitecotton. Just like you would have to put a heavy focus on the back end with Whitecotton, you got to put a heavy focus on the front end with him. You got to make sure that you got veteran excellence in terms of coaching for that front. The good news is that the front is where the most talent is too.
Correct. Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark, Osa. If you bring back Donovan Izaraku, Easy, you got some people in place.
Yeah. And what I also love about him is from a DC standpoint, to me, scheme is overrated if you're a good technical teacher. So, like you said, perfect example of what you said earlier. What does the Texans do that's special?
Nothing.
Nothing. They lining up and beating your ass because their corner coach is excellent. See, people don't talk about Dono enough. His name is Dono. I researched it. Dono and the Texans and that back end, they have the most interceptions in the league.
Correct.
In the last 3 years. Combined. You know what I'm saying? Not this year, but combined. They 3 this year, but they always top 3. You know what I'm saying? So if you combine the last 3 years, they leaving everybody. You know what I'm saying? So he's the one that I feel the best about because he's a technical teacher, you know. So I'm not gonna be as reliant on him getting the play call right because he's able to get. I gave the analogy like this: if you was playing Madden and if you could cheat it, would you want something that gave you the best play call or something that got your players' rating to go up automatically?
Rating go up.
You want the rating up because it's gonna make all the coverages better. That's how he is. You know what I mean? He get their rating up because he get their play. So you gotta really focus on that front end coach, and you gotta spend money on that too. Like go for that. Like go get the best guy in the streets on that front end and let's play ball.
Y'all know something? I think I might have cracked the code.
What's that?
And I ain't gonna lie, it might not be what we want, but it's gonna have to be, negotiations is push and pull. It's gonna have to be, it could possibly satisfy everybody to a certain degree. Y'all remember how we had suspicions that all of these coaches could possibly be on one coaching staff, right? Okay. What if Jerry Jones stimulations to giving Brian Schottenheimer like ultimate power is okay, you can have your guys and your staff, but he has Jonathan Gannon as an assistant, like I was just saying, as an advisor, sitting there with a promise, with a pseudo promise that if it goes bad, I'm gonna give you a shot. That can satisfy the front office and us, because long as he ain't running the defense, we good. But he might have somebody like him that's an ex-head coach, ex-defensive coordinator that got experience at least, have him as an advisor. Do y'all think that's possible, and could it satisfy both parties?
I mean, Shotty got onto the staff as an offensive analyst. He didn't do anything through the day to day, just for gather information, do different things for the offense, help them prep and shit like that. So there would not. It's possible because they've done it before, where they put guys in those roles. You know what I'm saying? So Jonathan Gannon could be like a defensive analyst or a defensive consultant and be on the team. I would hate that. I don't want that to be the case, because look what happened with Shotty.
It's better than him being your DC though. I'm trying to satisfy everybody. That's all.
But hear me out. Where is Shotty at right now?
What you mean?
Like his ass went from analyst to what?
OC, well, head coach.
He's the head coach right now.
Yeah.
So I'll still be concerned because there's a path forward for Jonathan Gannon if he get in the building. I don't want this man to be my head coach. He just sucked at being a head coach. You know what I'm saying? I don't want there to be any path forward, for him, and that just mean to keep him out my building. But Daddy said, "Nah, you tripping on that one. Keep that man away from us. We're gonna put a salt circle.
Yeah,
we're gonna put a salt circle around this mug, man. I don't.
Man, you tripping. I ain't saying that I want this. I'm just trying to figure out what they could be doing. I'm trying to predict their next move. That's all.
I agree with your dad on that, because Trojan horses are dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I do like it's an advisor versus somebody that actually
messing up the defense.
I could actually mess up the defense, but I just don't like them types in the building at all. It's just anything that Jerry and them kind of thinking about, like wanting to empower, that also to me gives them reason to sabotage. Because they like them Gannon types. You feel me? I don't want them having a fly deal to where, let's make it hard on this new DC, because I really ultimately want it to be Gannon. Like, I want it to be all Shotty guys. I don't want no front office guys at all.
You gotta know that's still a possibility though, because who hired Shotty? Was it Jerry and them or was it Mike?
Who knows?
I don't know. I'm asking the question. I really don't know.
I don't know.
It's not like Mike McCarthy had a lot of influence with it, because Brian Schottenheimer always talked about his relationship with Mike went back a long time.
So that's what I'm saying. That's still a possible outcome. Like, even if it is some of Shotty guys, Jerry and them might be sizing them up. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? He could be possibly the next guy. Like, it's still a possibility. That's what I was getting at.
I see. I feel you. But I hate them for that though.
Me too. Hate. No, it's just too many games, bro. It's like,
but Land ain't wrong, because it's possible. You got to talk about possibilities, but shit, that's a scary possibility.
It's like Absolutely. I said earlier, man. I said this earlier. It's like fighting racism. You get tired of it.
That's true too.
You just want to be in a place to where we are judged equally, treated equally. It's like, damn. I don't care where you look up, you see ugly race. It's like the Cowboys. It don't matter where you look up. It's always some type of ploy, some type of game. It's always some type of, So anything to keep that from kind of raising up, I want it to be as normal as possible for Brian as possible, even though it's never gonna be normal.
I was just about to say, because to me, I kind of look at it like how, like in the streets or whatever, dealing with somebody who you feel like could be a threat or somebody shiesty. You just like, your guards are up on everything.
Right.
You watching every move. Like, nah, buddy, I'm not coming to meet you. You got to come meet me. Like, Look, you going to raise the price just to make sure he ain't trying to get you. Like, you doing all kind of, you taking all kind of precautions just because you know that it's dangerous dealing with this person.
Right,
so that's pretty much what it is with Jerry, bro.
We gotta go meet in the public.
In Walmart parking lot, all the lights on.
Yeah, a bunch of witnesses and
we
you
gotta take precautions.
I ain't going to your house.
That's how Jerry is, bro. You gotta watch him at every single opportunity. Cause like you dealing with people like that, man, you don't even want to give them the opportunity to get you. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to take all precautions. So it's like dealing with a snake when you're dealing with Jerry in that type of manner.
So we got to keep shooting Gannon down. I know we're going through this list, but I promise you, the moment I get off this show, I'm gonna go right back to Twitter shooting down Gannon. Like that's one of the main things we need to be shooting down is Gannon, bro.
So let me ask you.
Like it's so insulting for Gannon to even be an in-person interview. That's insulting to the fans, bro. After Eberflus, you go do that to us?
You know, I like they got Christian Parker in the building. I like they got Daronte.
Yeah, that's
shout out to Dwayne Brown on the cash out, man. I appreciate you, sir.
Salute to Mr.
He said a belated birthday gift. Hey, I appreciate that, man.
That's
I love how they do that, bro. When they do that, you cats don't even ask, bro.
Yeah, that's real,
y'all
man.
Real dope for that, man. Y'all real dope for that. Like that be the best gifts too. When we ain't soliciting and we ain't raising it, you know what I'm saying, and mentioning it, but y'all just kind of listening to the content, and then the Lord put it on y'all heart to sow a seed.
Y'all just gotta know, like everybody on here got a full life, full working life, full family life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we figure out we cut out ways to still give y'all some content as much as possible.
Barbecue, so they left meat off a goddamn barbecue, bro.
They left what?
Bro, they left the meat off my barbecue, bro. Real talk. I went to my
Ain't no way.
Bro,
ain't no way.
I swear to God, I went to my
They gave you all bone? That what you saying?
Nah, I went to my favorite barbecue spot, ordered a baked potato, crunk as hell, got to the crib, and I opened that bitch up. It was cheese.
Damn.
And chives and sour cream, boy. And so
I'm my crazy ass thinking like you got a slab of ribs and it was never bones.
Like you had to elaborate on that one.
Somebody ate them all.
And I'm just explaining the type of shit we be going through. So then me and Henny got something planned, like to actually do this show. But now I got to go get my barbecue, bro. This is my favorite spot. I can't mess that up. But I'm just saying we make it work. You know what I mean? To y'all point. And so to look up, and I already knew when he cashed up you, he had cashed up me. I knew it. I just checked. Yep. Appreciate it.
That's true. That's true, man.
Salute. He ain't hit me just yet, but I know how Dwayne Brown be moving.
Yeah, they do that.
I know what the Lord do for y'all. He got something for us in store as well, man. So I appreciate
it did come from him. It came from other people. See, it be like that. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even know it.
Appreciate the love either way.
Yeah, appreciate it. So anyway.
Got people in here, man. You got my people with me. What that boy said? I got my people with me.
What you know about some Webby, man?
The hottest people in the city, and I keep them with me. All right, shout out to my people, man.
Man, I grew up on boosting Webby, man. Hey, salute to Jay Sars on somebody in with the $4.99. He said, "Hey, boss, should they pay Pickens before Puka gets his bag? You always want to be progressive. You always want to be progressive. You're going to do it, you know. Hold on. Look at Vaj. He said, I thought they gave Boss the tenderness and real. Just the real.
Bro. I saw him like, what's going on?
He had to elaborate on that one.
Look, everybody needed a description after that.
And see when I said that jumped up Botch, because it's like, bro, everybody understand that, but when you get home with your barbecue, bro, and you open it and you like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they did me like that, Vox.
They did him dirty.
And what you know about that Webby? Oh, she is in Texas. She in Texas. So she's southern enough. I get it.
Yeah, so listen, how we gonna make it work with Daronte? That's what I want to know, because that's my out of the people that we talked about so far. I'm rocking with.
We just said it. We We supposed to be on another candidate. Basically, we said he need a great support system. He need a support system.
That was Christian Parker. We ain't did.
Oh
Daronte
shit,
yet.
my bad. Go ahead.
Nah. Let me start with Daronte, if y'all don't mind.
Go ahead.
I think with Daronte, you need to go you got to go veteran, intelligent, safety. Or you got to go the best safety in the draft class, because the scheme they run over there is so advanced, bro. You can't you got to concentrate on wonderling scores. You got to get a guy that you know communicates. Like safety becomes extremely important over there, bro. Like if Harrison
Smith.
is considering retiring, you try to talk him out of it and get him over here. I'm serious. Like these are you got to be very, very safety conscious if you go after Daronte Jones. Like because they not just dependent on talent, they dependent upon scheming you. Like they the only him and Brian Flores are the most mad scientists currently in the NFL. They are the current masterminds of defense. You got that blitz rate?
Shit, hell yeah.
Hey, boss, you reminded me. I was thinking that you would never be able to say this term that way. How he was saying, make stupid smart. Well, if the way you described it, we would need to make smart stupid. Get it? Because you're trying to dumb down something that's so advanced to the level of the players that you got. You know what I'm saying? So
But you don't have to worry about that with him.
I was about to ask the question.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be quick. I was just gonna ask this question. I know his scheme is complicated.
Yeah.
I just can't say that. I just can't believe that we got the dumbest players in the league. So is it the fact that we just didn't have somebody that had the capacity to teach that good? Or is it that they just don't have the intellect? I'm not buying the other one though. I'm just telling you right now. I feel like the teacher can teach so good. Like the greatest teachers, they can make some complex as hell sound like, and put it in layman's terms, you got it. Like I know how great teaching is. My mama was a teacher. Like so, if you can do it right, you can do it great.
So like you queued it up perfect because they've been pushing Jim Leonhard so hard. Like remember Bobby Bell did that montage about he fits Shoddy so perfect. Go look at you heard Brian say I need a teacher. Then they showed a clip of him. You need to be able to teach. Then they say you need a communicator. Then they showed a clip of him communicate. So I went and did the same thing with Daronte.
Yeah.
And when I looked and when I broke it down, he's a way better teacher than even Jim. But nobody talking about it because
he's a former teacher.
Because he's a former teacher. He's certified teacher. Like literally certified, like you say, your mom. You feel me?
So I wouldn't even worry about the complexity of the scheme. If I got me a great teacher, I know he gonna relay the message, and he gonna have them playing that on one accord.
He's a great teacher. Like when you hear him explain how he knows how to mold teaching based on the person, he said he learned how to be a better NFL coach from high school. Like in terms of knowing how to customize the teaching to the person. So he was talking about you got to know the type of people who learn through walkthroughs. You got to know the type of people who get it through whiteboards.
We all learn differently, right? And
facts.
When I taught high school football, or when I taught in the high schools here in Louisiana at Jeanneret and Franklin High School, you had to be a teacher. And so it wasn't just football. But I learned rather, the importance of lesson planning and how to present the message or the plan or the material to students. I'm not talking about football. I'm just talking about just high school students in general. But how to get the lesson plan so that they can comprehend this is what we're teaching, this is the objective of the day. And you have to do that to where it may be a tactile learning style. It may be tactile. Some people are visual.
Shit.
But the lesson plan has to be where it incorporates every student in that class learning style.
Right.
So something's going to have to be on the board. Something's going to be visual. Something's going to be hands-on. And you have to incorporate all that in that lesson plan. Because if not, there's several kids in that classroom that they're not going to learn well that way. And so teaching helped me transition to football and coaching, to whereas some players learn best watching film. Some players learn best in walkthroughs. Some players have to actually do it several times to get it. And so when you're trying to figure out or you're trying to install a defense, you want to try to make sure you incorporate every.
There you go.
Dope, man. Glad you pulled that up.
He
So
basically was saying what I was saying because you
yeah, that's
just
why I
won't.
said you laid
Yeah.
it up perfectly. You know what I'm saying? You
Hmm.
laid it up perfectly, bro. Like, so and see what and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. What frustrated me about most of the local coverage of this DC search is they have not spent enough time on Daronte at all. Like I was watching him at the Senior Bowl because we cherry picking all of these guys. Like I could tell the content space is way more invested in DC than we've ever been. Usually, I kind of leave that to Okoye. I leave that to Scott. We ain't doing that shit this year. We like hell no. We doing our own homework. Like you know what I mean? Because it's certain guys they kind of got a knack for it, and you just you hear their content, you already know it, right? They kind of naturally lean into that. So I was leaning into these guys heavier than I ever have in terms and let me also be honest. I leaned into the DC search deeper this year because I missed diagnosed Eberflus.
Me too.
I was the guy calling him linebacker whisperer and looking at the macros and the numbers and shit like that. I didn't dig deep enough to see this train wreck coming. And I felt shame on myself because Cowboy Joe did. Cowboy Joe warned about all this before any of this happened with Eberflus, another content creator. He up and coming out of Dallas.
Salute
But
to Cowboy Joe then.
yeah, he warned about all of this with Eberflus because he actually went deep. And so I was going deep on Daronte. And so I was watching him at the Senior Bowl, bro. I got so angry, bro, because you know how Shoddy makes every coach greet every player before the practice, and they gotta touch every player. You know, Daronte does that on his own.
Naturally.
Go look at the mic'd up when he at the Senior Bowl and watch how he go watch the other coaches and watch him. You know what I mean? He on his own. Let's put hands on him today, dapping up the whole deal. Let's put hands. He talking to he already got the spirit of Shoddy, bro. You feel me? And it's like nobody covering this though, bro. And so when I was watching him, I was also watching because I'm also looking at your presence. And I'm trying to look at everything. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm watching him, I'm watching his presence. I did feel like he's soft-spoken. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, how does he coach? Because when he talked to him, he's like kind of, seems kind of soft-spoken. But when he coaches, he turns up, and that's like Shoddy. When you see Shoddy in the press conference, he's this. But then when you see Shoddy, and Voch talked about this, like Voch out there, I mean, not Voch, Shoddy out there, I don't give a fuck who started it. You know what I mean? It's different. But then shot in the press conferences, yeah, guys, he's professional.
He flipped the switch.
Funny. He switched so that's how he is. So to help him, because that was the question. I think you gotta also get a yin and a yang around him. If he's soft spoken, you gotta get you some kind of like other guys that's kind of like the rah-rah in your face guys. I think you would need something to balance him. You know what I'm saying? I don't want too much, in my opinion, kind of like softer presence. If I'm gonna help my DC, then I'm on at least with my DT coach or my linebacker. Somebody gotta have a massive amount of fire. Those are the ways that I think we should try to help Daronte if he end up being a guy.
Right, real quick, salute to George Boney. He said for showing love again for my dog Ball. Salute to George, man, for blessing me with the cash app. And I agree though. Like I think and listen, I know we talked about Christian Parker, but I think it is similar with Daronte too. Just because he's a young up and coming coach, but he does not have a lot of experience calling plays. He had a year under his belt, at LSU. No experience at the NFL level. So guys like Orr, if he's not going to be the guy, guys, that we could bring in, that have the experience, that have some skins on the wall. You're gonna have to make that coaching staff though. But I also feel like because he's going, like if he's going to do the disguise scheme and he's going to put everybody at the line of scrimmage and shit like that, we already got the defensive tackles in the middle. Right, one of the areas where they can be successful is against the run because everybody's at the line of scrimmage and there's no second level to the defense. So sometimes they give us some explosives in the run game. But we got defensive tackles. What we do need, though, like you mentioned, man, is that secondary.
Yeah.
You're going to need to improve not only your cornerback play but your safety play. Mm-hmm. So Minka, that 5th round pick that I think it'll cost to get him, you need to send it.
Yes.
Yeah, even if it costs a 4th, send your 4th for Minka.
Yeah, you need a vet if you get Daronte.
Real shit. And listen, if it so happen to fall that way, you trade for Minka and Caleb Downs is there, you can double dip.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Land?
Yeah, I really feel the same way though. But like one red flag, like it could be me because I'm kind of old school, bro. But I just don't think a lot of men respond well to soft-spoken men. I just don't, because it's like it almost gives you a sense of like you scared. Shout out to George Boone on my side too. But it almost kind of gives you a sense like you're scared. It's hard to follow somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of times you can lead by example, but a defense that you're trying to build from scratch, they might need all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Leading by example. They might need the motivational speeches. They might need the demeanor. Like, and then the best defenses take the characteristics from who?
Their coach.
Their coach. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like you might need a radical type guy to come in and change this whole culture for this, as far as the defense go, bro. Like you need an enforcer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be in favor of somebody who's soft spoken because I know how men are.
Yeah.
I feel like we'll test him.
And that's real.
I don't like that.
And I was concerned about the soft-spoken presence. And let's also be honest. Let's talk.
I'm not saying that soft-spoken means scared, but people can perceive it as being scared.
So let me explain. I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more too, because I don't think I elaborated good. And I'm gonna get another layer to it. Also, let's keep it real. He's a black man. So as a black man, you got to be very careful when you're trying to promote with all that fire shit. Because that Christian Shaw stuff was cool until it got in your house. And then all of a sudden they start nitpicking him over that. You know what I'm saying? They start nitpicking. Now, we don't want all of that. You see what I'm saying? So there, as a black man, we all know that we got to pick and choose when we express the passions. That's why when you get a chance, Landlord, go look at him do interviews and then go watch him coach. Because they show both. So when you watch him coach, that's where you see, hey, I'm not seeing that communication out there. I'm not seeing that communication, guys. Where it's at? Where it's at? Where it's at? I ain't hearing it. Where you at? But then when you interviewing him, he like, yeah, you know, what I have to do is be a guy that's going to present it in an organized fashion, and we're going to get the guys to get it. So that's why I see Shotty in him. I see a guy that's this way in the camera. Because if you watch him in front of it, put it like this: if you just watch Brian, because we had this talk, if you just listen to Brian Schottenheimer and all the I care shit, you'll start thinking he'll pussy. But then you paying attention to training camp and you see him making boys run, you getting tweets on, no, he ain't no pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Vaj, I saw from Vaj. Vaj was like, it's two shotties. It's two shotties. You know what I mean?
I like that, though. I like
press
that.
conference shotty, and then it's coach shotty. You know what I mean? And I think what it is I think he's one of those guys that I want to have a professional presence in on camera, but when I coach, you go see I ain't bullshitting with you. And I really watched him because I was trying to make sure I ain't smell that, like, you know what I mean? That soft
weakness.
That weakness. Yeah.
Because niggas look for it.
But we sharks, bro. We smell blood in the water, we gonna attack. So like to Vash's point, he said you gotta be Tony Dungy to be soft spoken and that good. I just think it's certain personalities and certain people in this sport that's not duplicable. Like, you can't duplicate that shit. Like, look at like I said, we said this beforehand. You can't be, it ain't another Pete Carroll, bro. He's just a different kind of dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's certain stuff you can't duplicate. So I wouldn't be going around using that as the, you know what I'm saying? That's more of the exception opposed to the rule in that case. And like, listen, man, I know that it's a lot of people know, like the real ones know, the loudest dude in the room is scary. But at the same time, when you talking about in a format of leadership, and especially in a terrible situation like we in, like we got some misfits basically on defense right now. Like for real, we gotta get somebody to put them together, make them believe. They gotta buy in. Like which one, and then they gotta hit the ground running. So which style of coaching you think people will be quicker to buy into? Somebody coming in soft spoken and doing that, or somebody coming in here sounding confident and knowing what they want?
I don't think neither one matter as much as if you're a fair person. Like as a player, and all of us played, who do we respect most? The coaches who just was loud, or because you can be loud and full of shit. I had them types. You know what I mean? You loud and you passionate, but you abusive. You know what I mean? You mean. You embarrass your players.
Of course, it's pros and cons on both sides for sure.
So I'm saying, I think because I'm all of this I'm relating to Daronte. So going to that same interview that you played, Henny.
Mm-hmm.
One of the parts in that interview that he talked about was, I tell all my players, I'm gonna be fair to you, but I'm gonna treat some of y'all different based on the cachet that you've had in the league. So he told his guy straight up, you're not gonna be treated like Harrison Smith. That's fair though. And he didn't bullshit him. So it was already understood. He go get more cachet. He is. You know what I mean? He like Troy Polamalu. I remember what's his name that just stepped down?
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin told Troy, he said, you make some of the dumbest ass plays schematically, but you make it work, so I don't fuck with you. You know, so he gave him leeway because of the cachet and the fairness, and that's what I sense about Daronte. And then I don't know if I said this, but if you get Daronte, you gotta look at these guys Wonderlinks, bro. And usually I'm not that type. You know what I mean? Usually I'm like, fuck all that stuff. You gotta look at Wonderlinks with him, bro. Because I've played with players, and all of us has. If you played, I don't care where you played. Like for instance, Landlord, I know you're a smart player. I know you would be a smart player. Just me and you were doing content. You would be the guy that the coach don't got to tell 2 and 3 times. But Landlord, I know you don't play with dumb players.
Yeah, for sure.
They dope, but they dumb.
It's hard to evaluate football too, bro. Because like we see players do this all the time too. They'll do that shit 100 times right in practice, and then go in the game and screw it up.
Yeah, you can't have. You gotta really like it's gonna put pressure on the scouting team if you get Daronte, bro. Like your scouting team, Will McClay and them gonna have to get the right type of guys, bro. Like for real. I
hate it. He gonna have to fix it and coach him up in 1 year. That might be making him not attractive to me, far as the head coaching go, bro. I mean the DC go. Yeah, because I'm kind of scared. Can he do all that and have them operating at a good enough level in 1 year?
Yeah, he can do it.
Okay.
You just gotta staff him right. You can't go in there as a draft room and scouting room and draft without having a particular full knowledge of what he needs for his scheme. So like I heard Brian Brothers, he says like a lot of times he would want the scouting to almost be independent, the coaches. And from his experience, that might make sense. In this experience, I would hate it. You feel me? Because it's like you got to be really glued into his type. Because if you go get the guy that's dope on tape but dumb as hell, you never go get the full back end. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't gonna be able to do it. They gonna be fucking up. It's almost like what was happening when you had Turpin and Tolbert in Kellen Moore's system. They couldn't play because it was too advanced.
They ain't gonna get that digit system.
They couldn't get that digit system. So when they was running all them option routes and having to read the defense and be on the same page with Dak, Turpin ass was on the bench. Toba was outside. And I understood because it's like you going through this whole checklist in your head. You know what I mean? Like you can't go be free. So you needed to have somebody like you gotta really gotta lock in. So like and Shotty talked about this. When he was talking about the advantages of Flores and Devontae, he was talking about that they get veteran guys because of the complexity of what they do. So that's why Henny, in my opinion, hit the nail on the head and basically bullseye that bitch when he said Minka Fitzpatrick. That would make
Absolutely.
and see some people would think Henny was crazy because he said give up a fourth because he old.
Mm-hmm. But that's around the market value, man. Yeah, I seen it. He said Turpin can't read. I didn't know he couldn't count.
You see what I'm saying?
Who, Turpin?
Yeah, they were about to say.
Yeah.
So but down Henny, like some people, like if you said that on Twitter, people would think you was crazy. But if you said like they'd be like, man, you give up a 4 for a 30-year-old. In this situation, yeah, because I need a vet guy that can get my younger guys up to speed too. You know what I mean? You got to think through a whole type of different dynamic if you get Devontae.
Hold on, I'm gonna poll that shit on here. I want to know: would you give up a fourth
for Minka?
For Minka Fitzpatrick?
Make sure you put Devontae on there. They go trash you. Or you asking it like that? They ain't gonna even think it's that. Yeah, that's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I would, cause I've been needing a range of safety for years. I still, think Minka can go sideline to sideline at least, especially better than what we got.
Yeah, he definitely still a better athlete than Malik Hooker is at this point in his career.
And I think Minka,
he one of them small, undersized guys. You know, they keep their athleticism a little longer. Seem like, don't like just like Steph, they just keep their shit a little longer than everybody else.
And the fact that Minka done played like the nickel, you know what I'm saying? Like he's played a lot of that back end. It would make him like an ideal target for Daronte. So put it like this: if Daronte end up being the DC, the very next video I'm gonna do when he signed is why we need to get Minka.
Mm-hmm. He said he'd get him even if we didn't have Daronte. I probably would too, because I was thinking about trying to get the man. Because I told you we're gonna do the cap show, and try and find players to add to this team. Like he's one of the dudes I'm just keeping an eye on for his market value.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. There anybody? Oh yeah, you ain't tell me what you found out about Zach Orr.
Oh
yeah, you didn't tell me.
We didn't talk about that.
We didn't talk about that.
Okay, so I brought another content creator from the Ravens, and so put it like this: I'm bringing on a content creator to talk about all the DCs that we've interviewed. Mm-hmm. So I got a guy for the Giants. I got a guy obviously from Minnesota. We doing that tomorrow, and I'm bringing on a guy from Gannon, and so that's Lord Brunson. So Lord Brunson, obviously Philly, knows Gannon. So
Lord Brunson too.
Because what I don't want to be guilty of, all of us have done this, is we get the new coach, we feeling good, so all our content is optimism instead of realism. I made that mistake. I raised my hand and said I did that with Eberflus.
You can get 2 for 1 from him too with the Christian Parker dude too.
Damn, I ain't think of that. Yeah, right.
Please ask him about
both. I will. And I already saw he want Christian. He said he want us to get Gannon. So would that tell you everything? He like, oh yeah. He said, man, y'all get
He don't
Gannon.
want us to prosper.
Yeah, he don't want us to get Parker, but he want us to get Gannon. So that should tell you. But so I brought the guy on, bro. To make a long story short, he really kind of put a lot of holes in order. You know what I mean? Because it's like Kellen Moore. When people get Kellen Moore, they love it. Mm-hmm. When we hear Kellen Moore going, we laughing at them.
Got you.
So that's what he did. He kind of woke me up a little bit. Wake your ass up. It's not as good as you think. But I would also say, from kind of listening to him, he has very high standards as well. So like when he told me, yeah, it's more than that, because he it's also individually he has high standards, almost too high. All of us have had women you can't please. Mm-hmm. he almost was like that, where it's like you on my ass. You know what I'm saying? You a little bit on my ass. Like for instance, when he said our GM ain't worth shit. I was like, the Ravens, dog? That's y'all GM is going to the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean?
He one of the best in the business, right?
We all know that, right? But that showed me his thinking. So I went back and told everybody, even though he was tough, don't swing the pendulum too far against Orr. Because I had Orr number one until I talked to him. But when he kind of really broke him down, like, you know, I was like, okay, I see, you know, that he was talking about the conservative side of Orr. And some of that stuff I didn't quite agree with, because I know from the numbers that he has high blitz rates and high man rates. And he was talking about playing too much zone. And I'm like, nah, we already broken down. His man rates is much higher than most people. So I already was able to pick apart when he was being a little bit too tough. So, but it made me do this after talking to him, because I didn't just want to talk to him about Orr. I want to talk to him about defense, because that's the Ravens, bro. The Ravens is the standard of defense, bro. So I was like, all right, and just kind of breaking them down. What I got out of that conversation is that I need to put a little bit more stock in DC experience. So what that made me do, just to be honest, it made me drop Parker, but it made me raise up Jim Leonhard. You know what I mean? So the more DC experience and success I saw, the more I raised your stock after I listened to a guy who was really breaking down the Ravens defense.
Right, because Orr was a young DC. That was his first stint calling plays and everything, those 2 years there.
Yeah. And the last thing I say about that interview this morning I had with him is very insightful. If y'all ain't checked it out, go check it out. It's on the channel. Is he also said that he do believe that Orr over time, or even pretty quickly, it could click for him. He said the problem is, he said he has never been no DC at all on no level.
Correct.
So when he was saying what he was saying, that made me start taking marks off the DCs that we looking at without the DC experience, like Parker.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It didn't click for them, so you know he don't feel like that's something that translates.
He said it could. He said it could, but me listening to a guy that's familiar with and they heavily invested in the defense, that just kind of made me reshape my board. You know, just like we do in the draft. You know what I mean? Like, you'll have a guy here in the draft, then they'll run their 40. And it's not that you knock them down. You just might say, okay, damn, let me put them a little bit up, because that was more than or, boy, you slow as fuck, so I got to, you know what I mean? I ain't putting my job on the line for your ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? So what he did is he made me say, I'm not putting my job on the line for him.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick.
Okay.
Do y'all see you? Because y'all know my standard right now. This shit got to be damn near a flawless victory. More to come back.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? For this shit to work out the way we need it to.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do y'all view it as problematic for those coaches that has never done this before? Are y'all willing to take that on? And do y'all think that's a viable option? Because I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie. Hearing that the way you just said it, that's terrifying. He has never played. He has never called plays
at
any level. That's horrifying to me.
Christian Parker.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's terrifying to me. So I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm kind of afraid of that. So do y'all view that type of stuff, the inexperience of these coaches, as problematic?
Most of them are going to be inexperienced because it's a give or take in it.
Yeah.
If you want a nigga that done did it, they done failed somewhere else. That's why they're available.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or if you want somebody that's young, up and coming, hot shot, you gonna take the risk on the inexperience for the upside. It just, you wish that you had somebody like a Brian Flores that you could grab, where it's both. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still young.
He checked all the boxes.
He's still young as hell. He's already won Super Bowls. He's from that pedigree. He's just the perfect nigga that they made in the lab. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. So what about you, boss? You feel the same way?
Yeah, kind of. And to add to it, what he said, I think it's a big old depends on it, right? So, so for instance, IQ is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
People that's more prone to be tacticianers is real too. Perfect example, Kellen Moore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Kellen Moore was one of them dudes that even when he was playing football, people were saying, "You're gonna be a future coach, bro." You know what I mean? Like John Gruden. I want people to go watch that John Gruden interview. You know what I'm saying? What he did with Kellen Moore when he was coming out of Boise State, and go really peep what John Gruden was doing. He wasn't interviewing him. He was stealing his secrets.
Mm.
He was asking him about that Boise State system, and he was trying to figure out how they was running this system and this complex system. He was even trying to get that silent snap count down. If you really look at what John Gruden was doing, he was picking them apart. So if I'm talking to Parker and I have concerns about could he call plays, I'm gonna drill his ass on the whiteboard. I'm gonna whiteboard his ass to death. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of scenario questions just to make sure he doesn't have no brain fart ass moments, right? Because like if you talking to Kellen at any time, right? And I'm just keeping it real, and you asking him a football question, he gonna just be on some like. If you talk to another potential OC and you ask him football questions, it's gonna be
shit.
So
you know they start snap their finger trying to think.
Yeah. So to me, Landlord, we should be looking at it, but we also, to me, hopefully Dallas knows how to really test his readiness. You know what I mean?
And discernment. Like, we need discernment in this.
Discernment and like test drive them. Hey, it's 3rd and 6. We're in this scenario. What are you thinking right now to kind of stop this situation? They've been doing this and this and this and this and all day. What would kind of stop them and get them off that? What would you do to kind of stop on momentum? What would you do to, like, what do you do when you have a guy that's like this? What do you have? A guy just went down, he injured, and then you got to bring in this guy like this. How would you protect them? Or would you change your scheme for a guy if he just got injured? Or is your system player dependent or scheme dependent? Like I'm asking him so many questions, but I'm more so watching how he think.
Yeah, and how quick he is on his feet.
Yeah, how quick he is on his feet. If he's sitting there cool, like, and just knocking it out with good answers too, not just answers like shit that make you say, "Damn."
Showing poise, impress you in that. Yeah.
Because there's some people like, okay, I'm going to give you a perfect example. Y'all go, I'll agree with me. You know who I would trust even though he's young on some schematic shit?
Who?
Lou.
Who?
Lou.
I'm sorry, Lou?
Lou Takes.
Oh, nigga. Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm talking about young ass Lou, but look at Lou background. Was a chess player and in a chess state champion since he was 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Lou right now finna have his PhD. Lou right now is an engineer. Lou ain't
smart young man.
Lou different. You know who else I would trust on some schematic shit? Who? Just on knowing them? The OC. Like I'm just saying, like that's why I'm saying it depends. Like if I'm talking to you and you come across like the OC, you come across like Lou, I feel a whole lot comfortable. If you come across like me, next candidate.
The thing about it is, that was funny though. He cooked, but look, the thing about it is, I'm looking at it the same way. Like if you take that swing. That's gonna be a ballsy, bold swing.
He gotta be.
I'm not gonna hold you. In this situation right here, shot it. Oh wee. He gonna have to flex on this one. If he empower one of these young DCs who never done it before and say, "Here go the keys to the Lambo," and it's a hit, oh, we gonna be like, boy, Shotty is the man.
That's my nigga right there.
We gonna be like, Shotty is the man. But on the other side, we gonna be like, bruh.
Shotty gonna get fired.
Shotty gotta go. We gonna be looking at this like, so that's why I'm a little afraid of that situation, just a little bit. Now I'm a gambler though. I'm a gambler. So if I feel like I can bet on him, I bet on him. You know what I'm saying? If that's my guy, you gotta wholeheartedly have a little blind faith in your guy. You gotta say, bruh, I know what the guy looked like, and I looked at his birth certificate and it had HIM on that motherfucker. That's him right there. I know who he is. You gotta be confident and walk in that confidence and say, okay, I trust my evaluation of this guy. Here go the keys. And it's just gonna have to be right. That's the only thing. You're gonna have to be right. Because just to be honest, everybody was inexperienced until they wasn't.
Right.
You remember before, it was a time where Sean McVay never called plays.
Yeah.
He was just under Shanahan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, boom, world, here goes Sean McVay.
Yep. You gave him that opportunity.
So
took out.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. We just gotta make sure it's right. That's all.
And another guy that kind of got that profile, that's Jim Linhart. He does have that Kellen Moore-ish profile, right?
Mm-hmm.
I try to make sure that it's not good old boy shit though. You know what I mean? Like where, you know, or group think shit, like to where, you know how it is. We see this in the draft. Everybody start talking about a player, then all of a sudden everybody love a player. Then you really look at that player for yourself. You be like, why they hyping this motherfucker? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I did that with that tight end out of Notre Dame. Forgot his name. I knew he wasn't shit. I forgot his name. Mayer. People thought I was crazy, but they were hyping him. He the clear number one tight end. He's Gronk.
No, the fuck he what?
I went and looked, and I'm like, that slow-footed ass dude ain't getting no goddamn separation. You telling me you finna put him around better athletes and he gonna turn up? You got your fucking mind. But it was already loud, you know what I'm saying? But Jim, I do think it's real. I do. Especially because he promoted fast with Sean Payton, bro.
You know what this is?
And
you know what this remind me of?
Yeah, that's why I know he the truth. Like when Sean Payton took him early from here to assistant head coach, man, Sean Payton is the asshole, bro.
What you finna say, Lynn?
This remind me of the stock market, bro. This remind me of the stock market. No lie. We looking for the next Netflix. We looking for the next Apple. We looking for the next you know what I'm saying, Amazon. We looking for why it was still selling books and tablets and shit. You remember that Amazon? Mm-hmm. We trying to find that guy. It was a good company, but we didn't know what the potential was gonna lead to. And then boom, they exploded into this multi-billion-dollar corporation. We looking for that in the sense of one of these young play callers that's starting with peanuts. We want him to blossom into something incredible. And you just got to pick the right one. You got to pick the right one. That's the challenging part of it. You got to pick the right one.
I agree. Damn sure agree. Now, were there any other candidates that we needed to see how to make this shit work with? Because we talked about Gannon. We talked about Brother Daronte. We didn't talk about Zach Orr because you shot him. But what if it was Zach Orr? Go ahead.
I just thought about something. The only way you will be able to predict one of those starts if you believe in it. So you got to believe in them. That's the only way you would have been right. Go ahead.
Nah, you're right. I 1,000% agree with that. Because it's blind faith at that point. There was nothing tangible to say that shit would have worked.
Facts. Nobody's seen Apple coming, bro. Nobody's seen these Tesla coming like the way to where they are now.
To this extent, hell yeah.
Yeah, like if everybody saw that, everybody would be rich right now. Nobody saw Bitcoin exploding like it did. Man, you remember that story? I don't know if y'all know that story. Now, I'm relating this to football, by the way. But the Bitcoin story. Y'all remember that?
About dude begging everybody to buy Bitcoin?
No, this dude he bought like 2 or 3 pizzas with Bitcoin, boy.
I did.
Before it went crazy. All my life, bro. He went to the pizza shop and paid in Bitcoin, boss. He pays for some pizza in Bitcoin. I forgot how much they said it would be equivalent to these days. But man, we need something like that. You gotta believe in it, bro. Like nobody saw that happening like that. Nobody. Like they like, this cryptocurrency, that's not gonna last. It's illegal. It's decentralized. Nobody's gonna put any money into that. Boom, explosion.
Right. Now, what I was going to ask, because I know you shot Zach Orr, but if he was the choice, and we ain't heard him get a second interview yet, nothing like that, but if he was the choice, what we gonna do for Zach Orr to make it work with Cuz?
So the funny thing about Orr, man, and I tried to explain this, man, it's like ain't nobody that's eating crackers every day go be mad at Malone. So our defense was fucking crackers, bro. We 32. You know what I'm saying? So, but Orr at his worst, this is what I want to explain to people. Orr had his worst, and we would be in the playoffs right now, still playing. People need to think about what I just said. Orr at his worst. Like, see, Orr to the Ravens ain't shit. Why? They defense always elite. So if you go down to 10 or 12, they like, yeah, you ain't shit. Will we take 12 right now?
Fuck you.
Hell yeah.
And that's a success. We're
We're
a
in the Super Bowl
team.
with 12.
Damn, we said the same Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I said, if we had Orr right now with what he did, we would still be playing. So, but then this is the downside. Orr also has the most expensive defense. So that means that the answer to the question, you better invest and you better get everything right. So you gotta go heavy talent, bro. You gotta go heavy talent. You gotta, your scout team gotta hit this year and next year. And I would expect it to take a couple of years. You gotta get Orr dogs. Because he go coach it to at least 12. He go coach it to at least 12. 12 is his floor. Which all of us we will be praising everything you worship. If it's Allah, Jesus, if you worship cereal, you will be praying to it, bro. If we had 12 right now. If Dak Nim had 12, can you imagine Dak Nim with 12 with how they was playing, dog?
They won.
I think we'll be there smack dab in the middle with 15. If we was the 15th ranked defense, we'll still be playing.
Yeah,
to your point, the Bears are the 24th ranked defense, and they moved on.
How much they giving up a game?
Like 24.
And you putting up 30 a game, you'll be still playing.
And see, that's why I was trying to explain to people, don't let that interview you heard this morning overswing your pendulum to the other way against Orr either. Because I think that's starting to happen. Like, they think they heard that interview where that guy was kind of tough on Orr.
I seen it.
It's like
I seen people saying it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I told them I ain't watched it yet, but we were going to talk about it on the show.
Yeah, and see, and
what they said.
They like I'm out on Orr
yeah,
now. You seen both show? Like, nah, he ain't it. Like, all right.
See, what they did is they made Orr from that talk.
I seen a bunch of people say it.
Yeah, because I knew it went too far. When I looked at my comments and I saw people, he sounded like Evil Flus. I was like,
hell.
Nah, he not Evil Flus. Hell nah. Like, Evil Flus is like eating ants every day to survive. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
You overheard eating dirt, and if you can go out to you drinking water out the commode, you know? Nah. Unflushed. Nah, that's trash. Like, so that's what I'm trying to do is bring us back to balance on Orr. So yes, I did drop him like a draft. He ran his 40. Or I would say we brought in an expert witness. You don't bring in an expert witness and then ignore the goddamn expert witness. You don't do that, right? So, but I'm not gonna go so far as to just throw him in the trash because a guy with high standards with a history of great defense don't see him as enough. We got to consider it. It's almost like if you've always been a stud player, dude who getting every woman he wink at, don't hold yourself when you ugly as hell. Standards, right?
Gotcha.
He able to get the 10 and then let her go and go get another 10. Your ugly ass can't. You know what I mean?
If you get a 10, hold on to it for the rest of your life.
You
boy.
better hold on to that.
That is the 10 that God sent to you.
That's the 10 that God sent to you. So I'm not out on Orr, but I also know if you go make Orr work, it's gonna be talent dependent.
Bet. Well, listen, we at the 2 hour mark now, man. We're at the 2 hour mark. We're gonna wrap it up. We appreciate everybody for coming in, showing love, and showing out. And listen, if
Yes, sir.
anything else happens down the line, if anything else happens in between now and the end of the day, you'll see my black ass again. You know what I'm saying? But on the way out, man, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button on everybody page. Make sure y'all hit the share button on everybody page. Make sure y'all hit these cash apps that's up here, man.
Fact.
Support your independent content creators, show some love. And, do y'all got anything y'all want to add, bro?
If y'all just not coming in, y'all gotta rewind this one because I think this was a great show. I think we did a dope deep dive into all of these these defensive coordinator candidates, and we told a lot of pros, a lot of cons, and how to figure out how to win with them, how to be successful with them. I think we did a great job at that. So make sure y'all rewind this and rewatch this, like this, share this. I think there's some good information on the topic. I really do.
I agree. Boss,
Man, you know my last words. You should say it for me.
what's that, man?
I
Never
wanna-
looked down?
Nah, hell no.
What's up?
Fuck Gannon.
Oh, yeah, fuck Gannon.
Yeah,
Fuck Jared, too, for even bringing him in.
yeah, that's my last word. Let's get him the fuck out, bro. Like, I hate that they even interviewing him, bro. That's an insult to me, bro. And it scares me. So I would want people to join the campaign. The campaign is hashtag. Is it any way for us to throw that up real quick?
Hell yeah, hold that thought. Hold that thought. No Jonathan Gannon. This the hashtag.
We gotta push him out, y'all. And this is why. My final word is this. Jerry basically fully admitted at the final press conference that he liked his coaches.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah, for lack of better words. He basically said that's why he liked the redemption story. And then he sold it as like that's what the NFL is about, redemption, with players and coaches. But we ain't done. We really know that you get a better price when you get them dudes coming from a hard place,
Mm-hmm.
So, and when you understand that, you understand now why he said it was super hard to get. One of the hardest decisions was to get rid of Eberflus because he's broken. And those broken coaches have the best prices. So you was able to get a Super Bowl coach that was coming from a broken place in Mike McCarthy for $5 million. When every other coach is costing 10, 11, and the top coaches costing 12, 13. You was able to get Brian Schottenheimer at $4.5 million because he was broken. He needed a job. So you was able to promote him. I'm gonna just say this, Frank. You wrong as fuck for him being 4.5. You wrong as fuck. Cause see, Brian is showing right now he the shit. I don't care what nobody say. Brian is showing he the shit. Is he perfect? No. But they got him. So the fact that they got Gannon, it show you that he's going for his type, in my opinion. And then it's hypocritical and it's super insulting to leak out there that Brian Flores is unqualified and don't fit the culture that you've built, but yet you're publicly flirting with a guy who punched his own player. How dare you do that to us and insult us with this type of shit? The fact that Eberflus mentored him, you shouldn't even bring that. We are scorned, Jerry. That's low-key fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Your fan base is scorned as hell, and you bringing a clone of Eberflus around us, bro. Shit, that's fucked up. It's upsetting, bro. So before we even talk about the great candidates we can get, we got to make sure we get the council that might end up being our DC out this bitch. So, and we frying them on Twitter, ain't we, bro? We frying them. And I dare y'all go click on the hashtag no Jonathan Gannon. That hoe is lit. You know what I mean? Because we trying to get that up to 1 million impressions. We trying to let Dallas front office know we ain't gonna be hype over this, man. Matter of fact, we gonna be if you want to turn all the optimism off, cause ain't no way. I don't care how good you try to spin it. Ain't no way. Now suckers go by. People that just want to hear good news is, oh man, y'all give them a chance. Them type motherfuckers, they go buy that shit. But people who really study this shit and really put in time, and then you got the nerve to try to put a dude who punched his own player, but tell me Brian Flores don't fit your culture, you playing with me. And I don't want to be played with, bro. This is something that I love. This is my fucking city. This is my team that I only know, that my family only knows. So my final word is fuck Gannon and hashtag no Gannon. No Jonathan Gannon, his whole name.
Mm-hmm. And to answer the paper question in the chat, no, George Pickens not been signed yet. It needs to happen. And fuck Jonathan Gannon, man.
For real.
All right, that's all I gotta say, man. God bless America. God bless the Cowboys. And we out this bitch, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all.